Salutations all, this is Christy Thomas and welcome to Intro to Interpersonal Communication. This particular video goes along with week 13. Week 13, our dates April 4th through April 10th. So, we are closing in on the end of our course. This is pretty much the last month because the first full week of May is always finals week. With that being said, we are pretty close to being done with our course itself and all of our textbook work. We only have a few chapters left. And this week's chapter is about challenges with relationships. Oh, always fun. I will, in the content folder, there'll be a PowerPoint presentation and a Word document. And I'm also going to post, again, some previously recorded videos from spring 2020 that correlates with the older edition of this book. And I will try tomorrow, no later than Tuesday, record lessons that kind of go along with the current edition of this book. My kids return back to school tomorrow, so it's a little easier for me to record when I don't have them running all behind me. As you could tell from the last videos I recorded, they made appearances. So, for this week's assignment, it is a choose your own adventure assignment situation. We all love those, I know. So you have actually 3 options to choose from for this week. The first option is to, I have my video notes right here. Your first option is using theories and terminology from this chapter, which is chapter 10, I do believe. Discuss some challenges that can be faced in a relationship. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. Option 2 is using a film, discuss the plot that uses the dark side. And when I say dark side, I don't mean Star Wars. Little nerd joke, ha ha ha. That uses the dark side of interpersonal communication and relationships. So this is in the lines of like jealousy, stalking, aggressive psychological obsession, and or violence. I want to discuss the emotions and chat about the perspective of the victim and the aggressor. Movies that fall along that point. Okay, so, oh goodness. It's a remake of a horror flick, The Invisible Man. That you have the victim and you have the aggressor. There's lots of films that center Basic Instinct, stuff like that, that falls along that. The love, the relationship is like there's a stalk, the hand that rocks the cradle. There's jealousy or stalking, psychological, and then there's obsessions or what is that? The Babysitter? No. There was a film with Carrie Ells and Alicia Silverstone way back in the day, and she was obsessed with him. Wasn't The Babysitter. Anyway, there's all kinds of films like that. So you can choose one of those films and choose a film whose plot is kind of centered in the dark side of interpersonal relationships, and talk about the emotions or just chat about the victim and the aggressor, like their emotions, point of views, perspectives, because that's what's discussed in this chapter. Your third option, let me turn the page here. The third option is that you can break down a fictional couple's breakup using theories and terminology from de-escalation and termination section of this chapter. So there are lots of television shows and lots of films that the couple breaks up. Friends, we were on a break. I probably use that one a lot. But you can break down their breakup using terminology and theories or info or just ideas that come from this chapter on challenging relationships. So again, you have 3 options. You only need to choose one. It's due by Sunday, April 10th by midnight. Your first option is to, using theories and terminology from the chapter, discuss some challenges that can be faced in a relationship. Each one of these, I'm only looking for a couple paragraphs for your response. Sorry, I held my finger at my child's trying to sneak out here. The second one is using a film as your basis. Use one that is centered on the dark side of interpersonal communication. So in the lines of jealousy, stalking, aggressive, psychological, like kind of wordplay here. Obsessions and or violence. Just discuss the emotions or perspectives of the victim and aggressor in the film itself. And there's lots of films to choose from, lots of plot lines. And then your very last option is to break down a fictional couple's breakup using info, ideas, terminology, theories from the book about relationship de-escalation and termination section. So that's for week 13, and that's the info for it. Along with that as well, I want, like I said before, we're kind of closing in on the end of our semester. So at the end, we have an end of the semester assessment assignment. I'm going to open that up this week. I will provide a video discussing it more. And basically that assignment is you reporting back to me about the lessons we learned throughout the semester from our course. So like I said, I'm going to open that up. That's going to be the last week of April is when that assignment is due. So I'm going to go ahead and get it opened up so you can start checking it out and seeing what's going on. I'm also going to open up this week, when it comes to finals in my class, if you can maintain an A average, you are exempt from the final. If it happens that you are on the slate to do a final in my class, I don't do final exams. I provide a Word document that has about 9 options that you choose from as your final. And it's just different lessons that we learned throughout the semester. I just turn them into larger, usually they're 2 to 3 pages. And I will also make a video that breaks down and discusses how the final works in examiner class. But because we are into our final month here, I'm going to get those opened up this week, get the videos out so that there's plenty of time just in case if you need it, if you are taking the final, and so that you can also, the sun's out and I am getting blinded, so I'm gonna have to wrap up this video so I'm not squinting terribly into my camera here. But I'm going to get all that opened up, and just so that you can check it out. And like I said, the end of the month is when that end of the course assessment assignment, but I will post about it and all that. So folks, I hope that you have an amazing week. And if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thanks so much. Bye.